Hello, everybody. Just want to give a shout out. I think this is Blackity Clothing. It says Black Woman Changing the Narrative. It's a great sweatshirt, and now that it is cold outside, it's very fitting to wear. Very comfortable, very cute. And whenever I wear it, I get lots of compliments. So go to Blackity Clothing. I just want to come on here, obviously say hello. As you guys know, I just did a fantastic interview that's coming to YouTube soon. Just spoke to Chelsea West, better known as Peaches West, singer from, I want to say Houston, Texas. Who has been a part of our musical landscape for a very long time. The thing with these background singers, it's like they're such unsung heroes sometimes. And so, my very first gospel album was God's Property. And to know that she was on God's Property, to know that she was a part of God's Property, I think she was a teenager when God's Property came out, or young adult, you know, that's just huge. You know, she didn't even begin. I'm pretty sure she didn't scratch the surface of the work that she's done. She's done Marvin Sapp, Brandy, Jennifer Hudson, Janet Jackson, obviously Kirk Franklin. Am I missing somebody? I know I'm missing a lot of people because she doesn't talk about who she works for. I don't think she really thinks about it like that. I think it's just like another day's work for her at this point. She's not one of those BGVs that does the work and then posts it on social media. So unless it's like big, like Janet Jackson, she'll post about it. But she's so good. We were just talking about what makes for a good BGV, what the do's and don'ts for being a professional BGV. Oh, excuse me. You should have been on here the other day. I did a whole reaction to Brandy, Jasmine, and Monica on the Soul Train Awards. Where you were there. I did that. That was cool. Da, 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 he's alright. And I found him. Sorry, let me put it up there so everybody can see. Thank you for calling me queen, by the way. I always like that. Can't go wrong with that. So yeah, it was a great interview. So what are y'all up to tonight? How cold? Where are you in from? What's the temperature like? The temperature, I feel like the temperature dropped everywhere in the country the last couple of days. So where are you? Is it snowing yet? I don't know if this is just taking long to load comments. Oh, you're in Texas. Yes, Jay Nova is somebody who I definitely want to interview for sure. Okay, now it hasn't been raining. I'm in Florida still, South Florida. So 61 degrees. People are wearing leather pants and boots, honey, around here. But in Atlanta, apparently it snowed, I think, yesterday for the first time this year. I don't know if let me not say this year because I don't really remember what. Yeah, it definitely snowed this year in January. So I can't say this year, but the first time this season it snowed. So it's freezing up there. Yeah, but here it's like 60s. Is the tenor voice the sought after voice? And yeah, definitely, especially a guy that can sing high tenor. Definitely, definitely. I cannot imagine living near the Great Lakes. I can't imagine it. I don't know how you guys do it at all. Hi, Ruben. Have I thought about doing a podcast? Yes, but I really don't even know what that entails. I think I have a podcast personality. Um, but isn't a podcast the same thing? It's cold in New Jersey. I know it is. Chelsea West is Candy West's baby sister. So yes, they are related. And they pretty much like their voices are so similar. You can tell they're related when you hear them sing. Also, the wind in Chicago makes it feel I've never been to Chicago. That's one place that I want to go, although I'm a little afraid because it has some harsh weather. If someone is signing up to your lessons on your website, do they have to be signed in using an account? That's a good question. I have never signed up for my own lessons, so I'm not sure, but I do know that everyone who has signed up for lessons has created an account. So I think what happens is while you're signing up, it's going to ask you to create an account. Um, Especially if you're getting a package of lessons, just because it's gonna send you a code and you're gonna have to log in to put the code in to redeem your lessons once you purchased a package. That being said, packages are still 30% off until Saturday, and first 30 paid people will get 60% off of the Vocal Academy price. Hi, Mystic Manifestation. I haven't heard it, no, I haven't. When I did it, it created an account after I booked. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, I don't think it's before. I think it's like, yeah. Thank you for the clarification. Do I have to do the 14-week lessons each week, any day, or do what I did? I was stuck between should I make this a drip feed or what? And the way that I did it is you pretty much just have access to all 14 lessons. It's yours for the rest of your life. So you pretty much decide. I mean, I recommend you do one lesson a week, but if you need 2 weeks for one lesson or whatever, or if you see one and you get it and you want to skip ahead, all of that is fine and it's yours. So at your pace. Do I have a limit each week to do them? Yeah, it's at your pace, but I will say this. This is 2020. In 2023, please don't be like, all right, girl, I'm ready to start. I'm ready to start submitting my videos now for that course. Please don't do that to me, boo. Please. Because people be doing that. They be buying lessons in January and then be like, September, be like, okay, I'm ready. I'd be like, oh no. The previous set of questions. Does Durand Bernard qualify as one? You guys, I don't know who that is. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh no, I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired, and that's actually a good thing because I'm very sensitive to caffeine, but caffeine has been keeping me alive during the past few days, and I was nervous as to whether or not I would get tired because I drank a lot of caffeine today. I love that question. That's a question I ask people. I would teach Spanish, or I love teaching literacy, just basic literacy. And I love teaching Spanish, and I love teaching English to Spanish speakers. Yeah, I actually just love teaching. When I was younger, I would teach my cousin who's 4 years younger than me, I would teach her how to read. I also am pretty good at hair. You can't tell by what happens in my head, but because I hate this, so my hair always sucks. But if you see like my daughter's hair, she has hair like down to her waist, and I've pretty much taken care of it her whole life. I'm really good at cornrows and all of that kind of stuff. So I feel like outside of singing, I probably would do a lot of things. I would be one of those people that cooks for people. Like, you know how you have people that are like, all right, y'all, I'm selling plates Friday and Saturday, $10 a piece. This is going to be the menu. I would totally do that. I would love doing that. Okay. How well do I think their voices would blend? Okay, I'm sorry. Now I have to see which voices it was because I only remember Ariana Grande. Hold on, I'm scrolling up. I'm scrolling up. Scroll too far. Scroll too far. Scroll too far. Jennifer Hudson. I don't really think it's gonna blend at all. But it doesn't matter. You have two big names on a record. People are gonna listen. How does your mind work? How do you have all these talents? I mean, I don't know. What am I supposed to say? Yes, my sister sings. My baby cousins, they sing. I'm the only one that sings at the level that I sing at, like super highly trained and can kind of really fluid across genres and all of that stuff. My grandparents sing. That's where we really got it from. It skipped my mother's generation altogether. My mother is a terrible singer. Terrible. I was thinking the other day to record her because she sings. It's bad. Um, but my sister and I got it from my grandparents, and I have a couple cousins that sing. I actually have a fourth cousin who is dope, and she's like super shy, so she doesn't sing. But her voice is like she will kill a Jasmine Sullivan song or a Whitney song. That's how dope she is. So yeah, it's here and there. I guess so. I'm a teacher all around for sure, and I do think also just a creative. Yeah, yeah. I love business. When I was 10, I made a poster about washing cars. And mind you, when I was 10, I looked 7 or 8 because I was so small. And like I was sitting outside my grandparents' house with a poster that was like car wash, $5 a car. And I remember this woman driving by laughing at me. And I was thinking, what's so funny? But now that I look back, I didn't have a bucket. I didn't have a sponge. I didn't have soap. I had nothing. Nothing that would make you think I had any clue of what I was doing, right? I just knew I wanted to like sell something. So I decided, that I would wash cars. That's funny. something you want to accomplish the next year. Also, I admire you so much and love that acoustic session you did. Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. What do I want to do in 2021? It's a good question. I want to finish my EP. I want to learn at least 3 really tough classical songs. I want to see now when we start talking about goals, I'm gonna overwhelm myself because this is what I really want to do. I want to read more books. I consider myself a low-key Christian apologist, which a Christian apologist is somebody who defends the faith, right? Like they can tell you the whys and hows of the Bible based on scripture. And I love that because my grandmother always said that I should have been an attorney. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to like be an attorney for the Lord. And so there's all these books I want to read, like the case of African Americans Christianity and church history, and I want to read up on Calvinism. I want to read up on Adventism and Jehovah Witness, and just what was going on in that 1847 period at that time, and how the Methodist Church helped free the slaves. And I want to read up on all of these historical things in Christianity. I want to master the Spanish language. I want to take a trip to a Spanish speaking country and just be there for a month so that I can actually become fluent. I want to travel to London and Dubai and do some vocal workshops. I want to be able to actually play the accompaniment for my students' music, like sight read. I want to be able to sight read classical Baroque music so that I can accompany my students. In order to get into my doctorate program, I want to start preparing for my doctoral program, which I may not even try to get in for another 5 years. But in order to get in, I have to show proficiency in 2 languages, and Spanish is not one of them. Yeah, it has to be French, Italian, and German. And so I'm going to have to start building proficiency slowly. So I need to start doing that. And when I start talking about it, I get overwhelmed. I definitely want to build out Delisa's Vocal Academy and have at least 10 offerings. I already have them in my brain of what they're going to be. I just need to record them. And then I have a monetary goal, of course. 5 figures a month for sure. Yeah. And I'm not talking about 10 grand, more than that. So I just have all these thoughts. All these pensamientos. I was watching a Face Family video a couple days ago. It seems like everything. Oh yeah, and they all like have the same voice, right? I love that about the Pace family. They all sound like Mother Pace. God rest her soul. I'm not friends with Latrice Pace, but I am cool with her. I'm acquainted with her, and she's a lovely, lovely person. Lovely person. She took such amazing care of her mother. Her mother was an amazing woman. Hey, are you inspired by today's music or older music? Because lately I've been listening to music. Maybe I want to do music. Both. I think I'm inspired by music that sounds inspired by the music I love, if that makes sense. I did. Do I have a favorite Spanish or Latin singer? No, I do not. And I'll tell you why. Because no matter how much I learn Spanish, when I listen to music, it all leaves. I'm just like, maybe I don't know Spanish. And that's because I speak Spanish the way I read it. And so if someone starts speaking back to me, especially, oh my God, God forbid they have an accent and it's not like a neutral Mexican accent, I'm just like, okay, I guess I don't speak Spanish because I have no idea what this person's saying. And when you add music to it, it's even worse. So no, I don't have a favorite Spanish singer because I get frustrated when I listen to Spanish music. I don't know what that means. Can we get some? Thank you. No, I only speak French to the point of me learning my music, which my teacher killed. She knew that French was my weakest language, so she killed me with the French. Like she went all the way in with the French, and it was really, really difficult stuff. And when you're learning your music, you have to translate word for word. So I mean, I know my music word for word, but do I just know French? I wouldn't say so. But I know it to the point where if I see those words again, I can get the gist of what something means just because I've studied so much French music. Do you think a non classically produced voice can sing when I am late? I don't know that one. I don't know that one. But I can imagine how beautiful it is because it's Purcell. I think there's something very special about early Purcell is English, early English music that I just think you have to sing it a certain way. 5 figures. What is that? You're missing something, Mystic. Hi, Damon. How are you, kind sir? Can we get some music or more vocal analysis? I'm actually dropping a video this week as far as music. Gee whiz, you guys are so tough on me. I'm dropping some music this week. And it was kind of a vocal analysis. I did a reaction. But yes, I plan on doing more vocal analyses coming in this week. It's just this week has been crazy. I really need to get home. I need to get my lighting back. Like this lighting is just killing me. That is not 5 figures. What do you think about Trey Songz's voice overall? Would there be anything you want to help? Oh my gosh, what do I want to help change? Um, what do I think about Trey Songz's voice overall? I think that what's getting him by is he looks amazing. And I do think he has a nice tone, but I think his vibrato is too fast. And I'm not usually if your vibrato is fast, it's because it's this thing called pressed phonation. So if you're pressing your chords together too much, which means you're forcing the phonation, your vibrato is going to speed up. And so a lot of people say he sounds like a goat, like that. But that's achieved when you're pressing your chords together. So I would love to hear him. Some people just have a naturally fast vibrato. So if I were to work with him, the first thing I would work on is figuring out if his vibrato is that fast because he is it's called hyperfunctional phonation. Is that hyperfunctional phonation or um is his voice totally relaxed and free and it sounds like that, which I doubt. I want to support you by purchasing lessons, but I can't sing. You're so lovely. If you want to support me, you can go to Vocal Prep 101. You know, listen, you can't sing, but you got some money. I'm gonna direct you somewhere, amen. You can go to Vocal Prep 101, and that is actually for beginner singers, people that cannot sing and just want to try to figure it out. It's 14 lessons, and right now it's 60% off. Oh, I love Selena. Her voice was gorgeous, but I don't know enough people to be like, I mean, I love the only ones I know I love, like Juan Rosario, even the guy that said Despacito, quiero desnudar tu cuello despacito. I love that. I love everything. Hey, Esperanza Spalding. I hate to say I don't know who that is. First of all, I'm honored that you're on my live, kind sir. Selena Quintanilla. Absolutely. I assume we're talking about Selena Quintanilla. Should singers make music after getting good at technique, or should singers make whatever music they want as they are getting better? Should singers make music only? Usually, I mean, how are you gonna tell a singer not to? Okay, if Beyonce only made music when she was great, we would have missed all of the Destiny's Child albums. And you know, like when would we have started listening to her? After B-Day and after Dangerously in Love? We would have missed so many albums of her if we waited until she got great to put out an album. So with that in mind, I think they should just sing what they can, and as they grow, their music will grow too. Spanish is your mother tongue. Please keep learning it. Maybe not so much from the books, but from songs and movies. That's how I learned English. I'd love to hear you singing. I have one song in Spanish. I actually sang it on here. No me queda más. That's not it though. It's cuando reposo en ti, cuando reposo en ti, temprano en la mañana tu rostro buscaré, encuentro mi vida y gozo sin igual, toda ansiedad y duda se va de mí, cuando reposo en ti. Cuando reposo en ti, encuentro mi vida en ti. Cuando reposo en ti. Yeah. You said Beyonce is great. What would she need to improve on? I don't think she can improve on anything. I think she's done all she can. What are my thoughts on the psychology of music? I think there are a few things that are really universal, like a smile is universal, birth is universal, death is universal, and I think music is universal. I think it has the power to kill the vibe, create a vibe, lift the spirit, all of that. I do. I don't know enough about psychology to, but I do know this. If I know that I'm feeling a certain way and I don't want to dwell in the way that I'm feeling, I'm not going to listen to songs that only reinforce that negative feeling, which might be what people do. You know, it's just another sad song in my brain. That's probably not what you want to listen to if you're already like angry, you know? I love Bruno's voice. I don't think there's cons to Bruno. Does anyone say there's cons to Bruno's voice? I love Bruno's voice. It's high as heck. It's high. Who can even sing like him? Beyonce's Melissa. Right? Yeah, exactly. I agree. I've always thought that they had similar voices. Always. She did. See? No, my Spanish is really good. I have a minor in Spanish. I'm 3 classes away from a double major in Spanish. Actually, when I went to get my master's degree, I really wasn't getting my master's degree. I was trying to get a second bachelor's in Spanish. But then the chair of the music department walked in as I was signing up for my Spanish classes. And I was like, everything changed. ¿Cuál porcentaje? What percentage of major artists out there are using auto? Everybody. What? Everybody. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how good you are. You're using auto-tune. Nobody wants to hear their dry vocal. I don't care how good you are. Nobody wants to hear their vocal so dry. You're going to add something to it. Like, can you put some reverb on my joint? Can you? Trust me. Because there's too many pitch fluctuations. Even when I do stuff, I know I put stuff on there. And the only time I leave it off is if I'm really doing something intricate and then the pitch correction jacks it up. Then I'm like, take it off. But overall, yeah. Yeah, I'd be like, Rihanna me, please. That Spanish sounded natural. Thank you. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard him live. I don't really rate him to that degree. Like, I don't really see Bruno as this singer that I'm like, hold him to the, I'm not going to hold Bruno to the standard of Peebo Bryson. You know what I mean? Like, so Beyonce came to you. So Beyonce came to you. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at this. It would depend on what she needs. I mean, I'm sure she would need just vocal care in general because at this point she's had children, and that probably definitely made a huge impact in the tone of her voice, in her range, in her stamina, all of that. And so she would probably need help with that. If you notice, she's not singing the way she did in 2008 anymore, which 2008 was 12 years ago, but she's really not singing those high notes like that. That may be a bother to her. She's adjusting everything around the voice that she has now, which is a healthy thing to do. But who knows? In private, she might be going to her voice teacher trying to get that range back. You know what I'm saying? As much as she can. So that's most likely what I would be working on with her. I don't think so. I don't know. It doesn't sound like it. I'll tell you that much. Yes, he can be all of that, but he's a pop singer. I guess when I say people are great, you know, everybody, I hold people at different levels. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hold Bruno Mars to the same level I hold, Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande is someone that I can tell is trying to get in the vein of Mariah Carey. So then I'm gonna hold her to that standard. But who is Bruno Mars trying to be like? I mean, who are his contemporaries? Justin Bieber? Like it's a different ballpark at that point. You're not gonna hold them to the same standard. I don't know if I've ever done a vocal analysis on Rihanna. I'm guessing that R means Rihanna. I don't know. I may have. Yes. Yes. I mean, first of all, those voices were uncommon to begin with. Every guy doesn't sound like them. Those were um really unique, once in a generation type voices anyway. Um and unfortunately, the voices that are like that just don't get the shine that they should. Cuando reposo en ti, cuando reposo en ti. I don't think Beyonce really needs any help. She's a coloratura mezzo, great lows, amazing F5 bells. It's just the other she gets, the older. I'm guessing you're saying older. The older she gets, the lower her tessitura gets. Yeah, and I mean, as with everybody. But I mean, I don't think she needs help. But I mean, some people need voice teachers just to. It's like going to a personal trainer. Like, do I need a personal trainer to go to the gym? No. But some people will use it just because it'll give them that extra challenge that they're looking for. Sorry, I don't know what that's in response to. I probably want to definitely start low and get her singing more. Um, okay, we won't. Okay, okay. I didn't know that. Oh, that's not good. Have you ever done a vocal analysis on people that are not your students? Yes. If you look up Truthful Tuesdays, you're in for a treat. I'll be sure. I don't know. Mm, mm, I wouldn't put the two in the same. Which kid? Um, all So I stopped singing when I was maybe 6 months pregnant with my first. And then the second one came so fast. So by then, 2 years had gone by before I even tried to sing. And then when I did, I was like, what happened? And then it took a while for me to get my bearings, but by then I had just resolved that, like, okay, I guess I just can't sing no more. And then I started to get myself together. It took me about 6 years, and I was like, oh shoot, I can sing. And then I got pregnant again, and I sang until I was like 9 months pregnant, with her, and that was rough too. Coming back from that, it takes me about 6 months to a year to feel normal again. I think I think she supports it a little more now because her voice has gotten deeper and naturally warmer, so she doesn't have to push out for her power as much as she used to. Please give her some. I think we're still talking about it. Christina, she doesn't support more. She just doesn't try to sing those high notes anymore because they're not there. I have no thoughts at all. None. Does he have dreads? Beautiful dreads. Do you think there is a space for a new Luther Vandross? They would have a hard time figuring out his vibe because you don't want him to sound just like Luther, you know? But why not? I mean, he was a tenor, so in that respect, yeah. But I mean, don't nobody want to hear the no, like nobody wants to hear that again, you know. Some things you gotta leave in the 80s. The 80s was a funny time. I wish I liked Beyonce singing more because she is great, but I just to me it's just amazing. To me it's amazing. I'm with you. I'm with you. I wonder what why are we devolving into these conversations? Like what is going on? I wonder what Britney Spears' voice would be like if you had the chance to help her. I mean, do you think Britney would what? You think she would turn into who? What do you think is Britney's voice at its best? Like, Shania Twain? Do you think she would turn into Shania Twain? Do you think she has a nice tone? She just doesn't know how to use her voice. You guys are really laughing at me tonight. I see this. Oh boy. Ah boy. Her biggest issue is resonance. She sings everything breathy, everything. Are we still talking about Christina? If we're talking about Christina, her biggest issue is that she attacks everything too strongly. Listen, Truthful Tuesdays was the best. The best. I think Britney could have been superior to. Wow. Okay. Okay. We're all entitled to our opinion. I don't think she ever really had the potential. I watched a video of when she was 8. I don't know. I guess we'll never know. The smartest singer that I've seen in the industry for the I think she's great. I don't know if I would I think Layla's a smarter singer. And I think Chrisette is great. Great, like fantastic. But I there's something about Layla. It's just magic when she opens her mouth. Same thing with Ledisi. I love Maxwell's voice. Listen, I tried to wrap my mind around it for a second and I just moved on. My brain was just like, phew. Oh, we must be talking about Brittany. How would you help Celine Dion be less strident and balance her sound? Listen, that lady is how old? 60? She is singing exactly the way she wants to sing. I ain't finna help her do nothing. But make sure she run me them checks. Is that how you want to sing, sis? It's been working for you this long, sis. I'm just here to support you. That's what I'm finna do. I love TLC. Love TLC. But better air for a pretty sound just right. Okay. Yeah, you know you, sir, are funny. Ah. I would have to listen to her first two albums. Okay, yeah, I figured it out. I miss men who sing. Me too. I miss men who sing like. I was on a live yesterday and there was a guy who sounded exactly like dude from H Town. And I was just like, why don't we have these kinds of voices anymore? Why isn't he out like just like H Town? And he was singing an H Town song too, by the way. Somebody knocking on your door, give me some good love. He was all up in it. I was like, dang, he needs to be heard more. So they're out there. I don't know why they're just not getting the platform that they should get. Britney couldn't sing. I know Britney started off with talent because I remember that Star Search thing that she did when she was like 8. And I was like, okay, she has something. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like a world ago that she had potential. Stop it already. I literally have no thoughts. I have nothing to say. I mean, he's a beginner. He's a beginner. You know, I know if he was watching, he'd be like, "That money ain't no beginner money," and that's fine. But we're talking about the craft, and as far as his craft, he's a beginner, and I'm happy for him that he's getting a measure of success in the industry. Yeah, Britney nowadays is not going to get far at all. We're talking about, yeah, exactly, exactly. Let's talk about how Aaliyah, Brandy, Monica, and Beyonce ran the 90s as teen vocalists. This is true. This is true. Where are there a lot of teenagers in the industry now? I adore Jonathan McReynolds. I love his voice. I still love Make Room. For some reason, I can't really get into this newest album. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. But his 3 albums prior, I'm stuck on them. Sometimes change is hard for me. I know who Layla is, but I don't know her music. What? I need you to look up Layla Hathaway. Her voice is magical. If you love Chrisette Michelle, you will fall over when you hear Layla. I do too. Ah, yeah. Definitely. If males usually don't sing higher than an A flat 4, why do you think most of them are singing so high, trying to sing high? Because that's what the people want. You got to give the people what they want, right? That's why everybody wants to be a soprano when they're not. And that's why barittenors want to be tenors. And that's why tenors want to be sopranos. Nobody, it's like, how much higher y'all want to go? Music, yes. I always thought her voice was cute. I always thought it was cute. I always thought she was cute. I think her voice matches her. No, I did not. Do you care to share? Do you see Fantasia's Instagram quarantine concert? I didn't. I miss everything. I bet it was amazing. Did she charge? I like his songs. I think I like his voice. I actually sang one of his songs the other day. We got each other. What? If 95-year-old Leontine Price asked me to sing with her, I would do it. Are you kidding me? Fred Hammond is definitely a tenor, and he's definitely one of the best singers alive. He has that one song, dun 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 dun. Give me a clean heart, the better one I pray, to stay on the path you've chosen and stick with it all the way. Give me a clean heart, and I will serve nobody but you. I am calling up to you for strength exchange. I will gladly take your joy for my weakness. Yeah, he has a high voice, but there's definitely an aggressive, masculine approach that he has. Why do you think Mariah and Whitney get so many comparisons vocally? Like Whitney was saying she doesn't think they sound alike. I honestly don't hear it either. I mean, because they were both doing ballads, all their music sounded very 90s. They had similar runs. You know, they both had these really beautiful, rich voices that go really high. I don't think it was just like ignorant of people to compare them. I mean, who else were they going to be compared to? You know what I mean? There's not a lot of people that were doing what they were doing, and everything they did was really difficult. So it's not like their voices were worlds away. I mean, I would never confuse the two, but I think I can see why people would be like, "Oh my God, they sound so similar." If they're not like music people, of course. Dang, the Fantasia concert was free. That sucks. I missed it. Any thoughts on JoJo? I love JoJo's voice. I always have. From the time she was doing Get Up Right Now, it's the end of you and me. I loved her then. Have you heard William sing before? I don't think so. Why does that have to be shade? If you don't like it, you don't like it. It's very modern, you know, what do you call it? Experimental R&B. So it's not like commercial R&B, you know, it's not 90s R&B. It's not soul. It's something else. It's experimental. So I like the songs that lean a little bit more on the commercial side. So like The Borderline and I'd Rather Be Kissing You, because I feel like the form of it feels a lot more commercial and just standardized. Yes, Give Me a Clean Heart is the bomb. You can watch it. Okay, yeah, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. Yes. I think the one I was singing was Pages of Life 3, the Green Album. Yes, that's my song. That song grounds me. That song grounds me daily. Daily. I am a 30-year-old man. My highest note is like a D6. Will my voice drop? Probably not. You are most likely going to be 79, still singing a D6. Kim basically said that new gospel music has become almost whitewashed, and there's no. Oh, that's true. That's absolutely true. So many people. I actually spoke about this actually on Damon's live, who's on here. He's first of all, Damon is an amazing. If you guys are into like Christianity, period, and you want the absolute unadulterated truth. If you're not into Christianity and you want the absolute unadulterated truth about the Bible, follow him, okay? And I said all that to say I was on his live one time, and I said I feel like Black people have just given up their inheritance to try to gain more followers by adopting this white sound, this contemporary Christian sound, which is really Christian rock, like honestly 80s and 90s Christian rock sound. They incorporated it into their music because they felt like it was going to give them a broader appeal. Because when you think about it, Black gospel artists, they're not going to Utah, or Nebraska, or, I mean, maybe Nebraska, but there's a lot of middle America that white Christian artists have access to that Black Christian artists just don't. So they started changing up their music so that they could have more access to those churches. And I feel like in the process, it's just kind of like, dang, I miss John P. Key. I do worship, like, you know. So I agree. I'm over it personally. I'm not saying there's not some bops in there. There's some beautiful contemporary Christian songs, absolutely beautiful. But I feel like overall, to use worship as a marketing tool, it's just, I don't know. I'm over it at this point. We've done it for the last 15 to 20 years. It's just like, okay, can we get back to us now? I get what Kim is saying, though. There's more of a Christian sound and stuff than Spirit Breakout or something like that. I don't think it has to do with the message. I literally think it has to do with the sound. Fred Hammond, right before the 20th century, we had John P. Key and Fred Hammond and Kirk Franklin and Donnie McClurkin, who were giving us praise and worship, but it was very urban. When you think of Dietrich Haddon, Chainbreaker. We worship you in the spirit. We worship you in the truth. We worship you in the spirit. That's what we're gonna do. Into the holies of holies. Like, we had worship music that sounded like us, and it's like, those dudes, they were doing something amazing back then. And now, not saying they're still doing what they do, but what's become mainstream is the more white sound. Experimental R&B makes it hard to yeah, they're mumbling. It's like they're singing as if they're laying on their back. Yeah, I'd rather be kissing you. It's like that. JoJo has some of the best. You think so? Interesting. You ain't lying. This is true. He's an amazing teacher. Literally, I send his stuff to people that ain't even into church, and they're like, yo, I gotta follow this guy. He's amazing. Because people love truth. People love truth. And people love when something looks like the truth and it doesn't look gimmicky. People love that. I do. Of course. I absolutely. Listening to Brandy's new album once isn't doing it justice. You have to listen to it 5 times to get it. Yes. Once you read the lyrics to the songs, you feel more connected to the songs for sure. Because at first it's just like, what the hell? And then you read it, you're like, yes. Right. Yeah, it's just like, oh, okay, we get it. Do it, but do it knowing they're casting for a show. They're not looking for the best singer in the world. They're looking to cast, and they already have the ethnicities and the voice types they're looking for. I love her voice. Okay, I can see it. I think I only heard her in the context of that show. Yeah, I do worship as the bomb. See. I mean, good thing Simon ain't God. Brandy killed that performance. She did. No, it's not that they're slowly, I mean, they could slowly lose their voice, but what really happens is once you have nodules, you just start to go hoarse. Like your voice will just start to go out and it'll sound very, it's not that you slowly lose it. It'll just, it'll just sound like that a lot. Uh, just wondering if I can keep recovering. The problem is once you've had nodules once, you just get them again and again and again. You're more prone to get it again and again and again. What do I need to work on vocally? I want to work on my coloratura for sure. I want to work on just the really advanced classical stuff so that I can sound legit like Kathleen Battle. I need to work on my voice not being so forward all the time. I didn't realize that that was what was making me not sound as professional because all this time it's like forward resonance, forward resonance. So I made it very forward and very resonant. And then he was like, if you want to do coloratura, you're going to have to lighten up and back off of all that forwardness. What? It's like you master something just, it never ends in singing. You get all these rules and then you follow the rules only to realize that, oh, in order to go to the next level, we're going to have to break that rule. So that's what's happening right now. Yeah. Damon Richardson. I don't know if he's still on the line. Damon, Damon. How do I? I'm on my phone today, so post comment. He is a doctoral candidate and just a brilliant teacher. Like, if you go to his page right now, you'll just see his teaching style. If you're into like I told you, I'm into learning. If you're really into that, you're gonna love him. I've learned so much from him. I've just followed him for 4 years and I just watch he actually has videos on YouTube as well. He talks about, speaking in tongues, what the Bible says about it, what the Bible says about apostles, what the Bible says about keeping the Sabbath, keeping laws, what, the Bible says about women preachers. He just so much. He's amazing, amazing, amazing. You don't think so? I think Brandy has enough work that show her vocal ability as far as range, highs and lows. I think this one was supposed to be emotional and introspective. I put his name in the comments. People are saying that because that's what Mariah said about herself. I mean, nobody can scope her to prove it, so she said it. Hold on. Hold on. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I understand what you're saying. Sorry. I misunderstood you before. Yeah. Yeah. I get you. They're the same thing. I like them. I like them both. I haven't heard of Tamara Gray in a while. No. No. The preacher's wife is Whitney. I don't know what you're asking. I'm sorry. Am I the only one that low key gets shook by the runs in opera music? Yes, it's coloratura. What do they call it? I can't even think of the word right now because it's like there's a word for it. I can't believe I'm blanking out on it. I've always been able to sing well, for what the world considers good singing. I did not get training at a young age. I didn't get training until I was in college. And that was when I realized, oh, I guess I can't sing. Mm-hmm. That's not an ignorant question at all. The difference is number one, the vowel shape, the relaxation. So opera is really just singing with the most tonal quality with the least amount of tension. So that's as every other style of singing, you're adding some sort of tension. Opera is very um, the chords are completely touching. The soft palate is really high, and you're really focusing the sound behind your nose. And I think the biggest issue, the biggest differentiator is the amount of relaxation and space that you create in the back of your throat. Yes. And you know what's weird about it? They almost seem offended when I say it. I'll be like, yo, you sound like me. They're like, did I offend you just now? You know, they just, I don't know. People are weird. Um, but yeah, I met one, maybe two, that I was like, oh, that's weird. Our approach was different. The girl that I think sounds like me, she just her approach was a lot more aggressive, and she just always looked confused when I said that. I was like, she must think I can't sing. I don't know. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, she definitely has shied away from that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Dope. I love it. Come on and plug. Kelly Price all day long. She's perfect. Oh my goodness. Yes, 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 yes. No problem. No, I was not singing in falsetto. It is for women, it's mostly head voice. For men, it's all chest, really. So men don't have as much changes. Don't have as many changes to make when they are singing opera. Because in pop, they're mostly singing in chest, and in opera, they're singing mostly in chest. Women have the most changes to make because we're bringing our head voice all the way up. Our chest voice is only the first, like ah. Um, First of all, we don't sing that low. I'm clearly tired. Um, that's not falsetto. That's my head voice. Yes. I think anybody could be an opera singer. No, I just think I think she didn't think she sounded like me for whatever that meant to her. Whatever that meant to her, she just, I don't know if she thought when I said we sound alike, I don't know if she thought I was talking about approach. My approach is definitely more commercial, more, in my opinion, thought out. Um, it's less aggressive, it's sweeter, it's smoother, it has more finesse. And I think she was just more of the like stuff like that. Like I can do it, but I don't choose to because I don't really care for the aesthetic. And I think maybe because we have different aesthetics, she couldn't really hear that our voices were really similar. So she just like was weird about it. I was like, okay. So lesson learned. Don't tell singers they sound like you. Um, do you sing with your family? No, no, no. All of it is the chords touching. It's just the thinner parts versus the thicker parts. If the chords aren't touching, then that's called hypofunctional phonation. Falsetto and head voice are, and it's not, they are not the same at all. In fact, women don't technically have a falsetto. Our head, we go from head voice to whistle voice. You can fake a falsetto by just not having your chords touch and you're letting too much air go. I mean, that's really your head voice. You're just hypofunctional. You're just letting too much air go through. Students get emotional. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. I ain't telling y'all. Yes. That is such a huge compliment. Thank you. I wish I could like Jasmine Sullivan as much as I like Tony and Anita, but I don't like her approach. Okay, that's fair. We're all allowed to like who we like. I heard that sopranos and tenors usually make more as yeah, they're the stars. They're the stars of the show. Definitely. They're the reason why people came. For sure. They're the heroes of the show. Like their characters are the main characters and the heroes. And very, very seldom is the main character a mezzo or a baritone, you know. The mezzo is like the main character's sister or sister-in-law or something like that. I love her voice. Take me back to the distance. Ah, ah. Daddy dancing in my room. Da, 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 da. I love her. I'm sure a mezzo would be best, but I'm pretty sure a soprano will fake being a mezzo to do that role. I think Jasmine Sullivan's music has so much attitude that she has to sound lazy. I love her. She does sing songs that are light and bright. I do agree. I love her. She's like one of the best ever. Tata Vega is amazing. She's like an OG, you know, OG BGV, OG vocalist for sure. Oh, hello, hello. Classically, I am a lyric. I guess I'm a lyric coloratura soprano who needs to learn coloratura rap at this point. I do love, if you're talking about reality show, I did love that record. I did love reality show. But you're right, she makes very poppy songs for her voice to be so heavy. But I think something about it for me is endearing because it's like, oh, I wouldn't expect her to sing stuff like this. But it's like, oh, but she is young. Why wouldn't she sing stuff like this? I don't know who that is. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Like the stars need the sky. Like the grass needs the sunlight. Hold my hand, Lord. Stand by my side. Jasmine handles her voice like a lighter voice, though. Yeah, she does. She absolutely does. I suppose. I don't think I know who that is. That sounds so familiar. I feel like I should know who that is. Oh gosh, I said something funny. I don't know what it is because two people are laughing at me. How would you describe tone deaf people? Like for some people, truly, like for some people, truly can't hear a note. Listen, how do I feel? How would you describe? I mean, I feel like, all right, I feel like there's levels to tone deafness, right? I mean, on a very like scientific level. A tone deaf person who literally can't tell. I think they're rare, but I think it is very common for someone to be able to hear a note and then sing a note that's just not it. And could they possibly be trained to finally sing it? Yes. Do I want to be the one to sit and train them? No. That's actually why I created my Vocal Prep 101. This is a course that's going to help you learn how to match your tone you hear with your voice. Take as long as you would like. Once you get that, come back to me. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. I think he's great. Other people say he's not that great. Maybe because I don't follow him like that and I don't hear his live performances. Do I think he's great? But I love his recorded stuff. I've always loved his tone. I don't have my laptop out here. I'm on my phone tonight. So my phone is usually where I'm usually doing this from my laptop and then my phone, I'm like playing music or whatever, but I'm not doing that tonight. Ah, okay. Okay. I would love for you to do a thesis on that. I don't know. There's so many beautiful voices out there now, to be honest with you. I don't think so. Hi, Gabriel. I love when she sings, when she starts to belt. When she sings lower, it sounds very puny to me and very kind of nasally. I think she's really trying to keep that voice forward. So I think she kind of makes it really small. But I feel like once she opens up, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. Like she would kill any Beyonce song. Britney Spears. Leontine Price was absolutely perfect. This is true. Yes. No, you worded it fine. Oh, darn it. You worded it completely fine. I'm just saying, like, when I talk about tone deafness, then you have people who are like really specific about tone deafness. And I'm just like, okay, no, but these people are tone deaf. Um, let's see, they already did. Dang, they did. I missed it. Mary J. Blige? I don't want them to ruin her story. Hold on. Keith Sweat. I remember watching one of your videos where you critiqued Sia for taking it. I feel like I see potential in most singers, to be honest with you. I think I said this in my Kiki Wyatt one. I see a lot of potential in her. It's death, not death. Of course. Whatever he wants to work on, to be honest with you. Hi, Nicole. Favorite Pink. Favorite Pink song off her Can't Take Me. I ain't listened to that record for real. I didn't listen to it straight up. Lift Your Soft Palette. That's what I'm saying. Lifting Your Soft Palette. I think so. That would be a great biopic. Listen, that Athena Cage was the mom. Do the songs have to be? Do the songs have to be made in 2020? Oh, I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. Okay, so if the songs have to be made in 2020, then it has to be Borderline. Can't remember the guy's name, but he did Prototype. His name starts with a K. Is his name Kevin something? Um, Obviously my song, I'm in Love. Um, this is terrible. 2020 has been a blur. This is true. You know who she really is, more so than Martha Wash? Vesta, whatever her last name is. This is true. But we said, what is Lifetime going to make a bad biopic on? Fred Hammond, Give Me a Clean Heart. I love that one. I could literally listen to that song all day. I don't think I would ever get tired of hearing that song. It's just, first of all, it's long. He does a whole instrumental break on it. The lyrics, it's just so interesting. It's just, to me, it's just so interesting to listen to. I love that song. I could listen to it over and over and over again. I know there's another song that I just listen to over and over again. But I know for sure that one. People keep asking me that. I mean, they sound like little Beyonces. Stream Yard. I didn't skip it. I just answered you. What do you like most about Usher's voice? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. He's a fantastic songwriter, and I would love for him to write for me one day. I don't know. My all? I don't know. I think so. I think I have. Yeah, I have. That was nice. That was nice. To me, he's gotten cuter as he's gotten older. I never thought he was cute when we were young. But now I'm like, ah. I think he writes amazing songs. Like a bird would probably be. Oh yeah, that is. But I mean, is that really a song that can be sung outside the studio? Like it was so layered, you know? Oh yeah, yeah, these are good. I will be here, never be alone again. So don't you fear, even when you're miles away, I'm back. Don't you ever be lonely. I'll make it alright. All of her songs were challenging. I don't think when she wrote those songs, was she thinking about how they would go in succession in a concert? I mean, his voice gets his songs out there. I don't really think much of his voice. But I think his voice is good enough to get his songs out there, and I think his songs are amazing. I really like his songs, like straight up. How do you think your passion for music, studying music, influences your code? How do you think your passion for music and experience of studying music? I think it's everything. I think it makes all the difference. I think knowing how singing feels and then knowing what singing is, understanding the science behind singing, the science, the mechanic, and the passion, how to channel that passion based on knowledge and science. Um, I think it adds a richness and a depth to how you communicate because everybody needs something different. Some people just need emotional support. I mean, but other people gain emotional support based on technical knowledge. And so you have to be able to give everybody everything. Um, there are certain people that I try to just do the whole performance coaching. Just have confidence. They're like, no, I need to know what's happening. Like you need to tell them, break it down for me. Once I break it down, then the confidence comes because now they understand. And I get it because that's how I am. Once I understood how my voice worked, the confidence grew. My confidence didn't grow because somebody told me to just sing confidently. That it's like, what does that mean? You're not giving me anything. So knowledge is power. And your posture changes once you understand your instrument. I don't know it. I don't know it. Sorry. Whitney Houston. I love Carrie Hilson's voice. And I love her music. I love her songs. That's hilarious. What? I don't know. A song that's challenging but not high? I mean, pretty much any Brandy or Kim Burrell song, right? They're not necessarily high, but they're hard. I don't know him personally. No. From my understanding, no, I know. Okay, I know who he is, but I don't know him personally. Somebody said something. From my understanding, when she first came out, she was advised to create a beef with Beyonce, and that didn't go very well. So she ended up slightly blacklisted in the industry. Do you think Beyonce can still belt sustained F5s? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, if she's not doing it, she probably can't. Can sing a quick line. Really miss you, baby. And I love it when you're loving me, and you're kissing me, and you're holding me, and you're touching me. I'm gonna do that again. And you're touching me. You're driving me out of my mind. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And soon, and soon, there we go. As I sing of every love, he will touch me. Really miss you, baby, and wish you touch me. Favorite male artist? I know, because I only love women, right? I love Luther Vandross. I love a lot of guys. I love a lot of guys. I don't know. John P. Key, Van Hammond, Marvin Winans, PJ Morton, Brian Michael, is his name Brian Cox? Brian Wilson. Brian Wilson. Brian Cox is a producer. I think his name is Brian Cox. Yeah. Um, There's a lot of guys with gorgeous voices. One of my favorite singers, he's not even famous, he's my friend. His name is Will. I love him. Tell him to lift his saw palette. What do I think of Steve Mackey's voice? I think he has a nice voice. Anytime he sings on his IG, he's always singing high. It's like, okay. But when he sings low, I love his voice. I actually think he's a great teacher. And, when he is explaining something that he can't explain. I feel like we should know our limits. And if you're not successful in doing something, that gives you a hint that you're probably limited in how well you can teach somebody else to do it, because you don't have the experience in doing it yourself. But a lot of his videos, I can see why he's captivating, because he does teach with a warmth about him and a charm that makes you feel like, oh, I'm safe with him. So, yeah. Don't shame me. Bye. Bye. Well, I'm glad you've come into the fold. I only really have one favorite Christmas album, and that is Israel and New Breed. Thank you, Goldie. He's not my male fave. When I think male fave, I think male voices. He has like a girl voice, even though he's dope. Like, I don't think of him. Hollywood? I like his voice. It's very bad. Like, I don't know if you ever heard him sing. But he has a great baritone voice. I like him. I don't remember that. I don't know what I'm saying that y'all are laughing. I said, don't shame me. Okay, you're 17. All right, cool. If you were like 32, I'd be like, come on now. You're welcome, Nicole. What are my limitations? I wish I could sing like Yolanda Adams. I don't have vocal endurance when I'm really high. I can sing up there. I can hit the notes. But baby, you only got about 5 times for me to hit that note before my voice shuts. It's like, all right, time to shut down. That's what happens. And there is no, oh, you just gotta condition it. No, this is not a muscle. No, this isn't a conditioning. I'm just gonna destroy my voice trying to do it. You're so welcome. Yes, of course. Probably one of the best on the planet. But that being said, it's almost 1 in the morning, guys. I gotta go to bed. So I'm gonna go to sleep now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have a problem of not knowing my male voice. Do you do consultations to help me figure out my voice? What would be your approach? What would be my approach? I mean, we have to start where you speak, where it's most comfortable for you, and then start branching out from there. You always start in the middle and branch out. Oh, where is that? So that's what I would do. Yeah, guys. So just remember, 30% off until Friday, 60% off Vocal Academy until Friday. I want the first 30 people to get in at the 60% off mark. Oh my gosh. And so I'm itching to put out my music. I really wanted to put it out tonight, but I know I promised you guys that I was going to do a watch party, so I didn't. But I'm going to upload my videos. I don't know if you look at my stories, I loaded some of my stories. I don't know if they're still there. I did it last night, I think. But I did kind of show some snippets in my stories. But yeah, I'm gonna start posting my Christmas videos, and I hope you guys like them and share them and play them over and over again. All right, have a good night.